Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed today's project. It is a figured maple bowl. Here I'm using my trusty 5/8 inch bowl gouge from Thompson Tools to true up the side of the bowl. The blank that I bought from Craft Supplies was already pretty round, so you'll notice I'm taking really light cuts as I didn't want to take too much off of it to begin with. In the scene, I'm truing up the bottom of the bowl to get ready to put in the mortise. Here I am starting to form the outside of the bowl. Yes, in this video you actually get to see me form the outside of the bowl. Congratulations for you. You can see me taking really light cuts here, and that is because when I start doing bowls, I don't really have a preformed notion of what the bowl is going to look like. I kind of let the wood speak to me, so to speak, in the direction that it wants to go. So I'm being really careful not to take too much off in case I like the form as it is, and then that way I haven't taken too much wood off and can still maintain the form. And it was about here that I realized the final shape. So now I'm working towards taking out some of the bulk of it to make the final form. I love how in fast motion the cuts on the wood look like waves rolling back. It's very peaceful in my opinion. As I'm playing Monday morning quarterback here, I realized that I probably should have gone over this a little better with a scraper. Would have saved me a buttload of time with the sanding process, but here we are. In this scene, I'm putting on the Mylands sanding sealer. And then you gotta put on the old Yorkshire Grit, because, yes. I apply this both forward and backward, because, like I've said in previous videos, I feel like it gives the wood a shinier appearance. And then the super in focus Yorkshire Grit Microfine, also both forward and in reverse. Oh man, that chatoyance is pretty. And then we're onto the inside of the bowl, using the old 5/8 inch bowl gouge again, my go-to tool. Here I am just truing up the face of the bowl. Now I am starting to form the inside of the bowl. Once again, I'm just sitting here watching this in fast motion and just watching the waves. It's kind of a cool effect. Here I'm getting to the point where I need to take off the tailstock so I can access the bowl a little better. So I'm just taking off the wood so I can do that. Forming the inside of the bowl, for me at least, is the most challenging part, because I can never gauge how thin the wall is or thick. So it takes me several attempts at turning off the lathe and feeling it, but I think it's worth it in the end. And just like that, we're on to sanding. Don't worry, I cut out quite a bit. I've really got to figure out a better way of filming this, since I apparently can't see that it's out of focus. I just applied the denatured alcohol, and now we're on to the Mylands sanding sealer. And then, of course, the old pride and joy, Yorkshire Grit. And then the Yorkshire Grit Microfine. Look at that pretty figure coming to life. And here's the Megan stamp of approval. In this scene, I'm just taking off the bowl from the chuck, and we'll reverse mount it to the coal jaws. And now that it's mounted in the coal jaws, I can take off the mortise and kind of form a more appropriate foot on the bowl. Here I am just forming the foot of the bowl. And here I'm using a scraper to get rid of the tool marks and just give it a more even texture. I also like to go over it with a negative rake carbide scraper. I feel like that helps as well. Right here I'm just checking for flatness. And then I just run through the same steps as before. Sanding, denatured alcohol, Mylands sanding sealer, Yorkshire Grit, and Yorkshire Grit Microfine. And there you have it, a figured maple bowl. Don't worry, there's in-focus pictures at the end. Off camera, I finished this bowl with several layers of spray-on lacquer. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for sticking around. I appreciate you watching the video. Be sure to like, comment, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. Thank you to all my subscribers. Stay awesome, everyone. Love to all.